Greetings everyone, and welcome to the Royal Failure. This is Pillars of Eternity, a Kickstarted game developed by Obsidian Entertainment, which is a team, I think pretty much completely, originally mostly composed of ex-members of the Black Isle Studios, which are most famous for creating the Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale games. And what are those games? RPGs. This is one too. I like to call them video game RPGs because whatever anyone will tell you, these are not, and will hopefully one day be, but as of yet they really are not as free as an actual pen and paper RPG should be. That's not the point of this video though. The point of this video is to tell you my opinion on this game. I have played quite a few hours. And as I have written, or will, I hope, write in the description, it's a story-based game. As far as I know, what I'm doing now is a secondary objective. But spoilers will probably occur. Even the fact that you can see all these portraits, although they might be characters that I've added, you'll recognize them if you play the game as well, because, well, they're not. They're actual characters you can find. I'm not going to tell you how you find them. That would be spoilery. Discover it by yourselves. But anything I do might spoil the fun for you if you intend to play the game. So either turn the video off, because I'm going to rant about a lot of the features of the game more than what I'm actually doing, or just stop watching. So, Pillars of Eternity, an RPG. It's, more descriptively, a Baldur's Gate clone. How much of a clone? Well, listen to this. Oh, come on. Wow, the audio's not working anymore. Let's see if I can get the... he's not talking. Well, you can read it down and down. You must gather your party before venturing forth. If you've played Baldur's Gate, you've heard that being said a million times before. As I've already said, it's the guys from Black Isle Studios, so it's not like plagiarism, sort of. It's not. It wouldn't be anyway, because it's not a book. But they're the same creators, so I guess they're allowed to. I have a problem with it though, because you look at the mouse, the cursor is the same cursor. The hand possibly as well, the gauntlet. The portrait things used to be on the right side, now it's on the left side. There's a lot of similarities. There are a few good points. The first one you see immediately, graphically. This game is not quite top of the pops, but it is gorgeous. The effects on spells, the effects on the weapons of Enchanted. The bow is not as visible, but look at the sword. That's me. I added flame damage. There's fire. It's a gorgeous game. The sound, the music. I haven't heard an as epic tune as I've heard in like Icewind Dale, but it's good. As ambience, it's really good. Voice acting, really good as well. I enjoy it. I haven't yet heard a really obnoxious British accent or any kind of shenanigans like that. And the last feature they've added as well, there's two. One that I really love is this, customizable formations. So if I go in here, I can freely decide how my characters are going to be set up. I'm using this, which is pretty good. I got two rangers in my team, my actual main character, which is this guy, an elf, and his lion pet, and another ranger, I'm not going to talk too much about, who has a fox. So these two pets and the fighter in my group are the front line. This is the cleric in between everyone, so you can buff everyone. And the backliners, range DPS, bard type of character, wizard, ranger. And they keep that formation. And that's really good. That's really useful in battles in anything. And the last thing is strongholds. Now, you do not get this when you start the game. You have to unlock it. How? Figure it out yourselves. What do strongholds do? Honestly, not that much. They're kind of... If you've played games... Oh, that's about to finish. Okay. If you've played web browser type games like OGame or Travian, however you spell that in English, this is pretty much that. Or a Facebook game. You have this page of things you can renovate in your stronghold, which I've been doing. I've done the Bright Hollow, which is living quarters for my party. The main keep you do from the get-go, I think, or something. I can't remember exactly. Barbican, say it's for defense, blah 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 blah. And they unlock different things. Unlocking Bright Hollow enabled me to rest, to sleep in the castle. I'll get into the resting mechanics later. What else did I do? The library. Now when I sleep I can have a bonus to my lore. I'll get to that as well later. Barracks, I've unlocked hirelings, which cost me money every day. But every so often I'll get a notification. Maybe I can see it somewhere. Yeah, for example, this. Shades and forest lurkers attacked the stronghold. Vanguard soldier was killed, la la la. So either you can go back to your stronghold and defend things yourself, or you can auto-resolve battles and your hirelings will fight using any type of passive bonus you might have unlocked by building certain like training grounds. The training grounds provide a place to hone your skills in combat. No minus for me. I was pretty sure. I think some of these boost your hirelings as well. Anyway, and every so often you also get revenue from your. There you go. Taxes collected. Taxes from who? I have no idea. We don't have any peasants or anything. I say peasants immediately. We don't have any. We don't rent any property or anything. Everything's in ruins still. So, but anyway, you get money from it. It's cute, but it's not quite enough. Now, let's move on to the next zone, and we can start combat and stuff as well. I started talking about the rest mechanics. I hate them. They're stupid. They really are. They're dumb. Why are they dumb? Because they add absolutely nothing. The way they work. Now, am I going the right way? So this place is a labyrinth, and to not spoil too much, instead of keeping exploring down, 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 and meet the final boss guy, who I really would like to know who he is, I'm going to go up a bit, because there's some of the floors I didn't get to visit, because stuff happens. Okay, you fall down something. I really don't want to spoil too much, because although I'm not that pleased with the game, it's still a story, and stories should be appreciated by yourself. Or if you really don't want to play the game, there's lots of other Let's Players out there. This isn't a Let's Play, this is more of a critique, reviewy thing. Resting. It's dumb. Why? Because you are limited in how much you can rest. Now, I think I can understand why they'd want to do it, but it's just stupid. So, this is camp. Now, in previous titles, in Baldur's Gate, this is a Baldur's Gate clone made by the same guys. It's so similar, you cannot just not compare it. Baldur's Gate, this mechanic was, you clicked on a rest button, and I think it was just basically a dice roll that the game did, without exactly showing you, and if you failed the dice roll, you were attacked. by monsters that would appear in the actual zone you were. So if you went in crypts, there was a high chance if you rested in them, you'd be attacked by zombies or skeletons or something. In this game, you can rest wherever you want, except probably villages. I haven't actually tried that. I should. As long as you have camping materials. Now, two things I don't like. It is stupid in this world because I have a wizard that can conjure fireballs. Alright. Why would he need flint and steel and tinder or whatever to start a fire, to start a camp? You can have druids that can spawn trees from nowhere. I don't know, that's interesting. That means there's real time. I hadn't actually... Okay. Well, there you go. Another part of this game with a stronghold. Real time passes all the time. I didn't actually realize this. Anyway. It makes no sense in realism in a fantasy setting. Whatever. You can accept that. It's still a game. The problem is, I am in hard difficulty, and you're limited to only 2 maximum. And you need to rest a huge amount, because this game is a beep. It is not nice, even in easy. I'm sure if you just charge ahead, you will die. The only way I've been able to beat this game is by exploiting the enemies, the area. It's tactics. It's cheating, sort of, but it's tactics. I probably, even as a very small kid, learned because of manga. Actually, Kenshin the Vagabond. If you're fighting against greater numbers, funnel them in, and the way to do that in this game is put a fighter in front of a entrance like this and fight them 1 or 2 at a time. Yes. And that's how I've been doing the whole game, and it's what I'm going to have to keep doing here, or I'll probably die.
Yes.
Even doing this, you take a huge amount of damage because they hit as hard, if not a lot harder, than you do. Now, unlike Baldur's Gate, this game has 2 health bars: your endurance and your health. Lose all your endurance in a fight, your character will be knocked out until the end of the fight, or until all your party is knocked out and you lose. Losing a certain amount of endurance, or being hit by a critical strike, or certain spells, or certain... If it's a lot of damage, or magical damage, or really raw damage, it's called in this game, you also lose health. If you are very low on endurance, the more damage you take, the more endurance you have, the less health you take in damage. But the less endurance you have, the hits start taking more and more health off of you. Right? If you lose all your health, your character dies. And unlike Baldur's Gate, there is no resurrecting. So if one of these guys die, they are dead. If your character dies, it's immediately game over, because you're the main character. So, yeah. Resting, as far as I found out, is the only way to get your health back. This is a huge deal. It means you can't stock up on potions. You are limited to your 2 puny camp thingies. That's the only way you get your health back. And it's not enough. It doesn't make the game harder, because it only means after a certain amount of fights, after I've run out of camp things, I have to go all the way out of a dungeon, or wherever I am, back to an inn, or my castle, my stronghold, to sleep, buy more camps, and then move all the way back to where I was. It's a waste of time. That's all it is. It's dumb, and I hate it. Do not ever put something like that in your games. Ever. It's just so stupid. I can understand why they wouldn't want to go the Neverwinter way, which was just you pressed R and you rested and everyone was full health, full magic, full everything. But your encounters are so difficult already. That is the difficulty of your game. Each encounter with mobs is deadly. That's enough. You don't need to limit us with camp. It's It's silly. I hate it. I hate it. It's not the only thing I dislike, but that's the huge bugbear I have. Because honestly, and this is possibly one of the biggest things that would condemn this game, I don't care about the story at all. Nothing in it yet has made me go, actually you guys should stay here. Nothing in the game yet has made me go, oh wow, so cool. I want to know what happens. I don't really care what happens. The main character, stuff happens to him. He has to find out what's going on. I don't really care. The game setting, the game world, none of it has yet captured me. I'm playing this game solely because of the difficulty of the fights. It's like the game is annoying me. it's going, yo, John, you suck. You can't beat me. Haha. And I'm like, yes, I can. Stop it. You're annoying me. Die. It's a competitive thing. If it's enough for you as well, cool. If it's still an RPG, I would like to be really into the story, like I was with the Final Fantasy games, like I was with Baldur's Gate, like I was with Icewind Dale. But it's done. Okay, that was weird. Long distance disarming. Oh yeah. Okay, so this floor is full of ogres. Now, let's try and exploit this guy. So, as a ranger, I got a few abilities. Wounding shot. Alright, so let's talk about classes as we're here. When you create a class, you always have the choice in between two abilities. As a ranger, it's between wounding shot and marked prey. As you level up, you can unlock passive bonuses to your abilities, or unlock your second ability, and later on there might be even completely new abilities even more powerful, which would be awesome. Wounding shot does corrosive damage and slows the movement speed of the guy. Ooh, okay, there's 3 of them. Try and put another shot in. Nice. Alright. Ow. That hurt. Okay. So I've pumped them out. Now I need to get all my rangers to start shooting. All my ranged, I should say. And let's buff the armor of my guys. You move back a little bit more. Alright. And this is how I do all the fights in the game. And if you want to win, you'll probably have to do the same thing as well. One cool feature, as you saw there, I'm using the Z key to use wounding shot. I can use the Z key to do this. I set this myself. So a lot of keys are already bound to something, but if a key is not bound to anything, for example, I think this key isn't bound to anything, so press enter to input a command. Okay, that's not working. Let's try. Yeah, there you go. Q. Okay, this is French keyboard. Q would not be free for you guys. Probably not. Anyway, so now I can just press Q and it'll use mark prey. That guy's badly injured. Let's finish him off. Alright. And my pet also has an ability. Let's use it. So, class abilities are mostly per encounter. What does that mean? It means you can use them twice per encounter, this one. At the end of this fight, everything would reset, my endurance would regenerate, not my health though, and my per encounters will be back. But there's also some abilities. These are, they're kind of spoilery, but these are specific to what happens to your main character. They're per rest, which means you have to sleep to get them back. The same goes with spells. For now, it says in the class description, in late levels, wizards, early spells, and priests as well, I think, become per encounter. But for now, they're per rest. So I use 5 of these, or this, or this, or this, and they're gone. I need to rest to get them back. Tell you what, let's do a bit of pyrokinetics whilst we're here. That should do it. You should not go forward. Oh, okay, everyone's moving forward. Looks like my pets are about to get roasted. Okay. You heal us up. Oh, bit of a fireball. Very nice. nice, very nice. I think we oh, he's taking a beating. Kind of not. Oh. The familiar. Oh, okay, he's down.
All right then.
Come on, you guys can do better than this. The chanter, throughout the whole fight, chants, giving passive bonuses to the team. And after singing 3 songs, he unlocks an extra. Okay, what the hell is that going on? Wood skin. Oh, okay, they're druids. You're taking a bash and a half. Let's move up. Alright, oh, crumbs, what's going on? I'm not sure. Wait, is he? Well, something knocked them all down. No, stay away.
What?
Not sure what. There you go. GG. We win. Lost the trail of foot there. So yeah, so I'm going to get all my encounters back. Yeah, Wound Shock is back. That's back.
What?
My Holy Radiance is back.
I'm here.
But the spells I used, not coming back. So now I've only got 3 level 1 priest spells available. Alright. Loot. A feature I kind of like. You can enchant pretty much... Not those though. Any piece of equipment. Dagger, for example. You can add a quality attribute to it, a secondary damage attribute, and a slaying attribute. Quality increases either damage, accuracy, sorry, either damage or both at varying qualities. Like superb gives more than anything else, but you need really rare stuff. Fire damage, corrosive damage, freezing damage, lurking. Oh, and this is a bit like ranger passives. If you know D&D, you get bonus damage and accuracy against a certain type of enemy. The magic, this basically, if you've played Baldur's Gate, enables you to enchant any weapon into a +1 weapon, or at maximum +2. Later in the game, maybe I unlock the ability to enchant better. For now, I'm stuck with these enchantments. They're not bad. I have found, though, things that are even better than this. So you still get magical loot that's really good. This is one of them. I got that from one of the bosses. It's pretty good, although lore... Don't know what it does for this guy, but I don't know what it does for anyone. Alright. Let's talk about another big problem I have with this game. Character creation. First, aesthetically. Other than humans, and I think elves... I can't remember exactly. Pretty sure it's... Humans, for example, have like 12-ish different basic appearance looks to choose from. Like faces, and there's hair settings and stuff. Elves, it's like 6, I think. And then these guys, the Almers, it's 3 or 4. The Halflings, 3 or 4. Dwarves, 3 or 4. There's not really a lot of diversity. The hairstyles are pretty much universal, so it's like 20-ish choices. And all the races have the same choices. And they're pretty generic. I can sort of live with that if you let me create the character I want to create. Classes, you can't multi-class, and they're pretty generic. Ranger, fighter, barbarian, wizard, priest, chanter, which is a bard, cipher, which is the, I want to say fighter mage, sort of, and druid, and I don't think I'm forgetting any. I might be. If I'm forgetting one, please say so in the comments. There's nothing fancy. There's nothing like the enhanced edition of Baldur's Gate or Baldur's Gate 2, or Neverwinter series. The specialized classes, which are awesome. Let's read some really cool stuff. You want to say this is a different game? Yes, but no. As I said, it's a Baldur's Gate clone made by the same people. Everything looks so much the same. You can't just say, oh, there's no same. Yeah, even these little icons, they used to be at the left, but same thing. The maps. Oh, whoa, where are you all going? Okay, they stopped moving. Maps, same kind of map, exactly the same style. It's okay. That's spoilery. Anyway, not a lot of classes to choose from. I'm playing Ranger because I do so much damage with it. It's from all the classes I've tried, and I've tried pretty much all of them. This is the one I've had the most fun and felt like, okay, I'm doing something in battles. I am actually doing a ton of damage. I got crowd control with my lion. I've got a friggin' lion. I love lions. So I just like, okay, yeah, this is fine by me. Attributes. Now, this is the core in pen and paper RPGs. Your attributes define what you do, what kind of person you, well, not what kind of person you are, but what kind of what your character can do. In this game, it's minor. It really is. 24% damage increase. Okay, that does sound like a lot, except it's 20% of scores that go from 10 to 20. It's really not a lot. And I don't know if it applies to magic or not. It says crush, burn, shock, corrode, freeze, and roar. Hopefully it does apply to magic spells as well. The thing is, you'd think, well, shouldn't I get enough points in intelligence as a mage? That only increases area of effect, which is not a good thing in this game. Not really. Duration, that can be a good thing, and will, sort of, but you're supposed to be in the back line as a wizard and not take any damage. So, my problem with these are, none of them increase sufficiently, properly, truly, your combat prowess. Only Constitution, which increases your tankiness, will help. One of the most important things in a battle, if you want to be a fighter, a good fighter, is your accuracy. Accuracy is solely determined by your class. And then you can learn passive ability feats or abilities that will increase your accuracy with certain types of weapons and stuff. But if you want to be a really good fighter, you have to be fighter class. So if you wanted to do a battle wizard, a fighting wizard, or fighting druid, or fighting... Cypher's not sure exactly the stats. Fighting priest, they're not going to be ever as satisfyingly good as you'd want them. And I hate that. I like creating my character with my choices. These choices really don't change that much. They really don't. Then there are the skills. Again, really important. This is changed from D&D, but this is pretty much D&D. Now, at the original editions of D&D, there weren't that many, and they weren't that great. But really quickly, they added a whole bunch of skills, dependent on the attributes you had, but nothing stopped you from going with well, actually, something stopped you, but we're not going to go into too many details. Anyway, your skills defined even more what kind of activities your character did. Here, there are only 5. Stealth, athletics, lore, mechanics, survival. Go for mechanics. Put everything in mechanics. Everything else, pointless. You can read reviews on game journalism sites. I've read them, and I can't stop thinking this is bullshit. I disagree completely. I have not seen that in this game at all. What they'd say is, depending on the skills you take, your interaction with the world will differ. I haven't seen that at all. And this is not my first playthrough, and I'm about at the same place. If whatever you do, even if I had 1 in everything, my progression would be pretty much the exact same. I wouldn't be able to unlock all the doors or find all the passages, but there'll always be an open door somewhere. Whatever you do, and it'll be the same door for everyone. It sucks. It's really not nice in an RPG. I'm going to give an example, possibly spoilerish. At one point, you have to invade a castle. You have 3 paths. Climbing up a wall, which you can do whatever you choose in here, as far as I've made out. Especially if you get a grappling hook and rope, which you can find really easily in a couple of places. The sewers. Now, the sewers, I think you can also find an item to help you. Yes, you can find a crowbar. So it's either you need, I think, a lot of athletics, and you'll force the bars open with pure strength, which is cool. The problem is you've enabled us to open them with just a pry bar. And you get this guy, he's a warrior. He's got tons of athletics. Yeah, he can do it. The only thing that will really stop you in your tracks if you don't have it is mechanics. Because traps. If you've got no one to see or disarm traps, you're going to die a lot. Which means either you outright die, or lose someone, and if you're not playing Iron Mode and you actually want to keep your people alive, you'll reload the save game, try and walk around it or somehow. But some of the traps, as you just saw here, it took virtually the whole floor. So this whole room, if I had not enough mechanics, I might have never explored. And that's the only stat that I found to do that. The only one. If you don't have mechanics, your progress is impeded. Don't have law, don't care. Don't have athletics, don't care. Stealth, don't care. Survival, don't care. So what's the point in them? Why are they there? In D&D or Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter, you had concentration, which would help you combat cast without being interrupted. You'd had bluff to help you unengage enemies. You had taunt. You had intimidate. You had pickpocket. Blah blah blah. You had a ton of them. Here there's 5. Only 1 actually counts. And so I have a character who I kind of like because the class I find kind of OP. But that's the only reason he's good. He doesn't look particularly like I would like him to look because I can't do whatever I want. It's not enough. What they did is just not enough. I thought there might be more guys. Alright, what have we got? Another ogre druid dude. Let's loot up there. Let's check it out.
Let's see what we found.
Alright. Crappy crossbow. Alright. Now, okay. So this was probably what the trap would have triggered. Some spikes in the wall, I'm guessing, or something. Let's aggro you with a slowing shot. Oh, okay, let's tangle. Don't want to get... Oh, there's cobwebs. Alright, so... one of the last things I'm going to go through, which really annoy me and make the game not at all as fun as it should be. Or could be. And I don't understand why they did it, because they didn't do it in any of the Baldur's Gates or anything. This is only in this game. A lot of spells, a lot of important spells, for example, the Blessed spells, the Armor of Faith spells, basically the buffed spells, are only castable once the fight has begun. By that time, it's sometimes already too late. Also, as you just saw, this is the web spell. Really important in Baldur's Gate and D&D. It normally entangles people, like the entangling spell, and stopping them from moving, which is super important. You can crowd control half of the huge army of enemies that can attack you, deal with the ones that aren't tangled, and move on. This just slows, and look at, I think I have the spell. Look at the range. So, you see the little mouse has turned into an orb of magical. That means I can cast it here. The mage is here. If I cast it there. So this is the furthest away I can cast. This is no distance at all. Enemies walk, run, fly so fast at you. And they shoot you too. This guy's casting a spell at me. Don't know what the spell is. But if it's just a wizard and you're that close, you will instantly get KO'd. It is pointless. And even the line hasn't moved that much. So this is where my front line was. Here. Where the pets are. What's the point of having stopping half the enemies here? They're already pretty much in range of shooting, even maybe hitting, or using their breath fire if it's dragon. I haven't fought any dragons yet, but there probably are some dragons, but I hope I like dragons. Moving on. It's so short. And as far as I know, you can't do anything to change that. And I was talking about AoE. If I increase AoE max, cool. I'm shooting my spells this far. Oh wait, my guys are here. It's gonna hit them as well. And yes, there is friendly fire. If I cast a fireball here, this guy's gonna take a ton of damage. If I have a lot of increased AoE, it's so big it might even hit these guys. Even my ranger, who already ran back quite a bit, might get hit as well. Cast range is way too small. Way too small. Making wizards and clerics and a lot of the casters questionably dumb. Alright, did I give everyone orders? Oh. Stag's Horn. Alright, so that guy was casting some kind of... and he cast it through the wall. That's something I've noticed as well. There is this spell... Rolling Flame. It's supposed to do a rolling ball of fire that bounces against walls and stuff. It can go through walls. Line of sight sometimes is dubious as well. Like here, I can shoot this guy through this wall. You might say, I'm nitpicking. Yes, but it's important. Because, as I said, the story, I don't find that great. And the combat is the only thing of importance to me. You just saw there my line spazzing out. That's the whole game. Pathway, AI, super dumb. Alright, let's try and knock this guy down. Let's do a bit of healing. You can quick bar potions to heal your endurance. That's good in a fight. Again, you can't heal your health, so... unless you sleep. I should be careful because that guy isn't aggroed. Alright, summon a few skeletons. I don't know what that spell is, but... ouch. You skeletons go aggro this guy so they don't annoy us. Let's do some DPS with my rangers. Better actually. No. Wizard. Strike daily a few people. Okay, this guy's about to die. Is that him? Yes. He is aggroed. So if I can... nope. Alright, at least he's KO, he's not dead. That's good. That's my cleric. Oh shit, he has second wind, I forgot that. And he died. There you go. I pretty much said everything I had to say, so... that's fine. But as I said, this guy, he's got a really good armor on him. Look how quickly he died. Imagine if it was the wizard. You really have... yes, it's hard mode. There's an even higher difficulty above that. God knows how you go through that.
Yes?
Near death. Alright, I'm okay. I'm okay. There you go. Now he's dead for good, so he's not going to stand up again, so I'm not going to keep on going because I'd like to. finish. Let's explore a bit. I would like to see if there's a secret. So there's quite a few secrets in the game as well, little caches and stuff you can find. You basically need a high score, guessing what? Mechanics. Yay. To find them, sorry. You need to be in this counting mode to detect stuff, which I find kind of dumb. But hey, whatever. And yeah. That's Pillars of Eternity. At €41, I can't recommend it. I just can't. I'm not. It's more frustration and anger at the game for being such a deep beep. Let's keeping me going. Wait, what? Oh, there should be a level 2 somewhere. Oh, whatever. It's not the story. It's not the game as an RPG. It's not innovative enough. It looks pretty, yeah. Not enough. You might say, and you'd be correct, a game I reviewed before this, we'll try it out, War for the Overworld. It's a Dungeon Keeper clone. Yeah, but all the units are different. The story is minor because it's a strategy game, but it's also different. The enemies you encounter are different. The rooms work differently. The spells are different. It's different enough. This, not different enough. The changes, I don't care about, and a lot of them I dislike. The resting, super stupid. The attributes, the character creation, missing a lot of things I'd want in it. So I recommend waiting for a sale. A lot of people love this game, primarily I think because it's a Baldur's Gate clone and it's the only one we've got since a long time. Beyond Divinity is similar, but it's not exactly the same. I would recommend that game more though. It's a lot longer winded. It's got a lot more talking. The story I'm interested in. I got interested in. A lot of things happen. The world, also interesting. I felt like I was my own character as well. And that's the important thing. Here, I just don't feel it. I was given a choice in between ranger, fighter, blah, blah, blah. And I have to deal with it. I hate that to the utmost. It is not an RPG. It's not. An RPG is a role-playing game. I should be able to choose my role and play it however I want. Most video games will never let you do that. As I was talking about the castle earlier, and I finish on this note before I start, because I might do a video on this one day. 3 choices. Climb up a wall, go through the sewers, barge in through the front door. Nice choices. In a pen and paper RPG, another choice would be build a catapult, bombard the castle, go around hiring an army, invade the castle, summon fire, burn the hell out of the castle. That is an RPG. You choose to do whatever you want. I don't expect that in video games yet. I do expect to at least be able to do my character. Not just have a choice in a few things and give him a name. That's my take on it. You try it out if you can. I recommend waiting for a sale, honestly. And that's it. That's all I had to say on Pillars of Eternity. It came out, on the 26th of March, so not that long ago. It's on Steam. As always, I'll put a link in the description. I was a Kingdom II. Until then, and R.I.P. my priest, farewell for now.